Hey everybody, it's Corey from Unified Masters. And so I wanted to come on because I've been made aware of some things going on collectively in my area, but also just got some insight to be able to kind of see things from another perspective as we are wrapping up and transitioning through these timelines and shifting through these old narratives is, so for me, for example, as 2019 has been a huge time of shifting out a lot of my own distortion, and then finding and especially landing in this new area and accessing these grids here in Texas, really moving through a lot of the stuff that's going on here. And I recognize that while I've been transmitting a lot of messages of joy and happiness and a lot of just like playful energy, I do recognize that there is a great part of the collective, if we look at the unconscious collective, but look at just the collective as a whole, that is shifting through a lot of their own narrative right now, but also being exposed to other narratives, and their job is to help shift that out. And so, like right now, with the veil being so thin and us being in this transition point of really shifting out a lot of the old and inviting in the new, I recognize that there is still a lot of discord happening in a greater part of the collective. So for me, I used to be so sensitive to the discord that I would come through, it would come into my body, I would shift it out, and then, I would start to rise above it. And when we look at dimensional experiences, we are all existing consciously in different dimensions, but still coexisting in the same realm. And so while my consciousness might be living at a higher frequency and I'm not susceptible to the things going on, if I open my eyes and pay attention, I can see that there's still some stuff being shifted out. And I've been noticing it in my area lately. So at night, I'm hearing an increase in gunshots happening in Texas, whether it's actually, in violence or in people just having fun because of the new year. I'm hearing it more. And if you were a part of Samantha's activation last night, you probably heard the race cars happening. So my area, for some reason, it just seems like an elevated level of ripples being sent out. So this is how I look at it, is that when people are ensuing in zipping around in a car really late at night, it's fun. I've done it before when I had a car. It's a lot of fun. There can also be a lot of fun in firing off guns. Okay, let's get real here. I'm not that way anymore, but I've had fun going to a shooting range and firing off shotguns. Okay, but the reality is that when I see it from the level of why it's occurring, I see that it's part of the expelling of these old narratives and a lot of this end game scenario that's been going on. Because once again, we got the old leaving and we got the new coming in. And I recognize that right now, there is a lot of people all over globally, okay? And then we got to look at also collectively here in the United States, there's a lot happening. I don't tune into politics. I'm not really part of, for me and for my sake, I don't expose myself to it because frankly, I feel like a part of my narrative has been to not be tuned into that and to really be like a beacon of holding my frequency where it's at to help in the up leveling. But I recognize that there's a lot that's being moved through right now. And so as I was made aware of this, sorry, I'm gonna have a sip of coffee here. As I've been made aware of this, I got a download to do a global peace anchoring to help kind of motivate and get a lot of this shifted through as we are moving into 2020. And so the call for me was to come on and to invite everyone in being part of a global peace anchoring. However that may work for you. You can call forth peace. You can actually call forth the energy of peace and invite that in and allow to be an anchor for that. Another way too is peace will show up in many different forms. So it may show up as a color, it may show up as a memory. For you, it may show up in visualization, imagining yourself in a very peaceful place and then radiating that out. However you want to do this is entirely up to you. This is the beauty of creation when it comes to light work, is that you do it your way. But what I'm going to be including after my discussion here is some anchoring, some energy anchoring that you can refer back to. And I ask that if anyone's watching this and wants to timestamp, I'll let you know when to timestamp the energy work. And you can refer back to this whenever you'd like to anchor in peace into your life. But the call is to really create this as a daily ritual through 2020, actually over the next month. If you're so called to do it and inclined to do it, it will help in the transitioning process as we are lifting a lot of this stuff out. So once again, as a lot of people have been doing their own individual work, there's been a lot of collective work and grid work that's been happening that is bringing a lot out of the land, out of our bodies, that is being called to be shifted out. So the thing is that when we look at like darkness and we look at getting that out of the grids, it's got to come up to be released. And I've been sensing it a lot around me lately, and I'm like, why is this darkness here? Well, it's because, once again, we're at that 0 point, we're at that void, we're at the transition, where there's a lot being moved out and a lot of new being invited in. But also we have to feel it to expel it from our systems. So if we see a narrative running, if we see a program running, if we see a belief, whatever we want to tie it into, okay? Our systems run that for a temporary amount of time so we can shift out the energy of it and invite in the new energy. So a lot of us have been exposed to different things over the course of our lives because we knew that we would come down here to be exposed to it, to then shift out the energy of that narrative, to learn more about it, and thus be able to completely transfigure it, transmute it, transform it, however we want to phrase it based on where we're at. And we're restructuring the energy behind that. And so right now, as I'm in a very good space, I wanted to invite the opportunity to invite in this peace and to call forth, just like when I did the video with the violet and emerald flame, calling that forth as an anchor. We're going to call forth anchoring peace and in anchoring in more purification into the grids, and working with different flames and energies towards being able to shift this out, transmute it, transform it, and really be able to help out not only ourselves, but help out the collective as well. So if you want, you can timestamp here. I'm giving you 7 minutes and 44 seconds to start with the energy work process. So first off, we're going to anchor in the cosmic diamond violet flame. So I'm going to call forth the cosmic diamond violet flame for us to become an anchor for this in order to purify and to transmute any density that is sitting in, on, and around our field. And I ask that we expand this out in a 5-mile radius in our area, 5 being indicative of change, and just become giant beacons for the cosmic diamond violet flame, and let that anchor through our bodies, through our feet, and going straight into the core of Gaia to help lift off and transmute and purify any density that is sitting within a 5-mile radius of our areas. Next, I'm going to call in the diamond white fire, a purification, to come down to anchor through our bodies into the core of Gaia, to purify our grids. And we're going to expand this out 5 miles in all directions, 360 degrees around, to allow this purification to enter our grids and to help anyone that is shifting through their distortions or their narratives or is feeling uncomfortable right now. Helping out the land, helping out the animals, helping out the people, helping out the insects. Next, I'm going to call in the highest form of peace available. So once again, this may show up as a sound, it might show up as a song for you, it might show up as a color. For me, I see it as the color peach. So I'm inviting in this peach color as an anchor point. I'm radiating it out 5 miles in all directions, becoming a conduit for peace into our area. Injecting this peace, so whenever someone is feeling discord, they have the opportunity to access this at any point in time in order to transfigure the narrative that they're working through. As they're shifting out a lot of those old energies, they now have the ability to access this level of peace in order to rewrite their blueprint. And as we are shifting through our blueprints right now, call forth your divine blueprint into your field and allow this energy to kind of rewrite and shift your energetic structure, help you to rewrite any programs, any thought forms that are in your mind. And I want to thank the blueprinters that have been a part of this project in creating these blueprints for us and these templates. And what you are doing is you're doing this as you're offering someone else the potentiality towards rewriting their template, rewriting their blueprint, so we can all arrive. I want to thank the master builders, the gatekeepers, and the gate masters that have been doing all this wonderful work in building these structures for us to be able to access. Giving thanks to our teams and to our galactics that have been a part in holding space and giving us all the information and helping us out during these transition moments and transition times. And then with that, I want to call in the Emerald Flame. Once again, calling in the Emerald Flame, letting it run through our body and expanding this out 5 miles in all direction, inviting this healing and prosperity to the people, to the land, to the animals, to the insects. Remembering that we all unify, we all come together as one. And under that, we recognize that we all need healing, that we all are a part of this transformation. No one person is secluded from this process, including the land, because as we are elevating and we are expanding, so are the animals, so are the insects, so are the trees. So is the plant kingdom, so is Gaia, so is the entire universe. So now we're just anchoring in the Emerald Flame. Thanking all the masters, thanking our angels, thanking our teams, thanking our dragons, thanking all the elementals for assisting in this. Thanking the animal kingdom for their service, thanking Gaia for their service, her service. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and ground this in with some light language. Nyosaruku no taraki pokona toruku shipiteki nari if ikuto no sharu usu to toruku pokana taki pikeo toru ukshusta parakina taru urukuata. Isanu toru ush utarapakini di ikivi at onono ro ush ututaru ukanawaki. I asanorusha takinam rakiti kuaka. Nishuana rashokuna hiakono bukurokotaka kikiwaka siato toru. And with that, I'm going to pull out the smudge one last time, inviting you to come in and to cleanse with me. And so the call for right now that I've been told to do and be a part of is to help in facilitating this. I'm also going to be doing another video later that's going to coincide with the ceremony I had yesterday with purifying our connections and purifying our communications. For now, I wanted to come on and to start this global peace anchoring. And so if you want to join in on this, please help, share this with others, share this on social media. And this isn't to help me out and to expose people to my work. This is really because we can all do this. Part of the light work is that we join together in unity, and we can start these waves of peace globally. I mean, think about if we all set the intention of changing our thought form to the highest form of truth and to peace right now through 2020. Imagine what your energy and what your powerful mind can do towards shifting out a lot of this right now and then helping at a collective level. So if you could please share this and once again, I'm not saying to share this to bring people into my work unless you want to. I'm asking you to share it so we can all get this energy flowing through the grids. So if we all become anchor points for this and we share this with more people that become anchor points for this energy, we're going to be able to move through this stuff so much quicker. And it's really a beautiful thing once we get a collective effort of individuals that step in towards inviting in these energies. We're going to see things shift a lot quicker for us. And so please, if you want to be a part of this and you want to share this, I would love it. Just because I think it would be awesome to be able to get, a bunch of people globally towards anchoring in peace right now. And then we can start to implement this on a day-to-day basis. This isn't just to do for the next, couple of days through 2020 or for the next couple of months. We can start to do this on a daily basis, and we can really watch the world change. The greatest acts of change and of bravery are doing things like this for the collective. At one level with the light work, you could come on, you can create a YouTube page, or you could, be a part of a global peace project, or you can be a part of an organization. Volunteer work, but also by simply changing your thought form and extending that ability to other people and giving them the opportunity to change their thought form or to invite in more peace or inject more love into their life, that is going to be at a greater level going to help shift out a lot of these ripples and distortions that we're moving through right now. We're now creating space in the container for all of this to arrive. So, the acts of light work are always micro macro, and the micro affects the macro just as much as the macro affects the micro, but it starts small at a cellular level and it starts to expand outward. So just by you simply inviting this into your life, it is going to expand out and help so many more people. And so that's what's really beautiful about this light worker journey, is it's not these big grandiose acts all the time. Like, yes, we have these thought leaders, and we have people that come out and make big waves through the collective, but at an individual level, you can do this every single day, and that is fulfilling your mission. And that is, it's doing so much more than we recognize, even by simply just, sharing a smile or having a kind exchange with a family member or having someone who's going through it, holding space and telling them you love them unconditionally, sharing a smile, high-fiving a stranger, playing with a child. Those are all incredible acts of heroism that can be spread out by any individual, and that's how we are a part of this global ascension, is by little small acts like that. Once again, it's the micro that affects the macro. So thank you all so much for watching this and for being a part of this journey with me, and for taking part in this process. I love you all unconditionally. Much love and respect to everyone out there. Just know that we see you, we see your light, and we're ready to embrace your love and your light here, and we're ready to watch you shine, and I love you all. So much love and respect to everyone out in the Webiverse, and I will see you on the other side. Namaste.